Well, this seems to be a story about a car race, and indeed it is a story about a car race, and one I remember as a child. Uh, a race all around Australia with the model cars that we went down to the shops in and went to work in, and suddenly these cars were going to go over the roughest roads on earth. And I think this was probably the longest and roughest, car race of that sort on earth. But as I researched it and just thought about it and watched the old newsreels, I realised that, and this is 1954-5 in Australia, watching these cars go this incredible terrain, and really this is sort of white people mapping their country, or peeing on the borders if you like. They were completely ignorant of another sort of map, which is much older sort of maps. Black people actually wouldn't call them maps at all, but I was thinking about the very ancient culture that these cars were going over, which is over a whole series of networks of culturally vital storylines, ceremonies, religious rituals, mixtures of instructive things about waterholes, but also about the creation of the earth. And I looked at these cars in the old newsreels and I thought, you guys wouldn't know if you were driving up the aisle of a cathedral. And in fact, they often were. And so this, I've been thinking all my life that the most, only really important story about Australia is that it's a land taken from people who'd lived there for 50,000 years and had a dense, stable culture that we, white people, stealing it, didn't understand at all. I thought, I will write a novel about these two sets of maps, and about some white people, not unlike my family in many respects, people I knew and loved, who have no idea of where they're living and what the history of their land is, and all the damage and pain and murder that's been done to get them to where they are. And I wanted to do this not in there's some hard truths in this, but as I said to my wife when it was finished, it was sort of like, it should be like a laugh a minute all the way to the heart of darkness. And I hope that that's what it is. It's not laughs are never trivial, but and I think they might be important.